Bye, Dan.
See you later.
Have fun.
Oh, yeah, joy. Bye.
Bye. Good morning. It is Friday and I'm at home, and normally I would be in the office on a Friday. I did come home from work on Wednesday with my laptop prepared to work from home if necessary, because we didn't know what was going to be happening with Dan. So I'm not working from home. I'm actually taken some emergency leave. I texted my colleague to say, look, I'm going to take Dan to A&E this morning, which I've just done and I will tell you about in a minute. And then I will be able to come into the office, and then I'll have to leave my usual time. But or I can work from home, but they very kindly said if you need to take leave, take it, which takes the pressure off entirely. It means we don't need to worry about picking up people being here when they get home. Whatever happens with Dan, I'm here. My mum was on standby, but it's just better to know that I'm here. So that's really good. So I'm going to make the most of this time that I've got and really get my head stuck into some editing and housework to keep me distracted a bit while Dan's in A&E. I dropped him off this morning at about 8:45, and he texted me very, very quickly afterwards to say that he'd already sort of been in to see the triage nurse. He's all hooked up to a what do you call the thing? You think I would know this after all my many years of having one in my arm. Yeah, a thing in your arm so that you can get blood out and drugs in. Anyway, he's had a load of bloods taken, so that's good. And they're going to have a really good look at what's going on. He's okay. It's just something's not right, and our instincts are telling us, and they could be wrong, that it isn't ulcerative colitis, which we know so well. We know it inside out. I had ulcerative colitis from the age of 19 until the age of 30 something. I had it for 16 years before I had my operation in 2012, and I had my bowel removed. So I'm pretty good with all the bowel stuff. My mum has Crohn's, and Dan was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis about a year into our marriage. So when it comes to bowels and ulcerative colitis, we know where we're at. There's just something that's pinging in our minds that doesn't feel quite right. Not necessarily in a serious way, but in a way that maybe he can get the right treatment quickly, and that could just be antibiotics, then he'll be feeling a lot better more quickly. So he's quite happy. He's got his book, and he downloaded a film to watch on his iPad as well. He's quite happy and he's very relaxed, and he's where he needs to be, so that's good. So I did something I don't normally do these days, and I went and got the shopping done, and then I pottered for sort of 45 minutes. I popped to Dunelm, I went and got some oil for my car, and I just didn't rush because obviously Phoebe's at school, Lilli is going to be asleep for ages. She doesn't go to college on Fridays, so she's having a nice, well-earned lie-in today. Anyway, I'm just jabbering on, so I'm going to go and have my lovely cup of tea and maybe a digestive biscuit, and crack on with answering some comments and reading your lovely comments and doing a bit of editing and just generally taking it calm and easy. And I've also got to go and give the chickens their seed because they are walking up and down looking at me like, where are you? It's 10:30. Like, hurry up, woman. I'm going to go and give the chickens their seed. Dan's just texted me to say he's bored and hungry. So that's quite a good sign, isn't it? So he's just waiting for results, I think, to see the doctor. I forgot to say as well, thank you so much for all of your comments, everyone that has wished him well. He reads all the comments, so it means a lot and it's really encouraging for him. And I've got another Vlogtoberer for you. Lindsay of Sock Witchery is doing Vlogtober, which I hadn't realised, so I will pop her on the list. I think that's the only one I needed to add. I've got to catch up on comments. So if anyone else has commented anyone else, I might not have seen it yet. So, right, let's go and give the chickens their feed. We also need to top up their bedding. I accidentally ordered one 3 times the size of what we needed. So we won't need to buy chicken bedding for about, well, forever. So I'm going to do that as well. Good morning. Hi girls. Come on in. Up you come. One for you. One for you. And one for the lazy one that doesn't like to get up there. There we go. Let's move these. There's some more. There. Cosy. Right, let's go up and have a chat. So I've completely lost track of anything. I know that I have been shopping. I know that I have done some editing. I know that I did something with the chickens. I know that I turned the dehumidifier on. So I'll go and turn that off so it doesn't disturb us. Anyway, what I'm trying to say in a really stupid way is I've completely lost track of what I've been filming today. And I will tell you why. 1 second. Okay, tucking myself here just below the light. Where to start? So I dropped down at A&E first thing this morning. I can't remember if I've said all this already. And he has been having tests and all kinds all day. So basically, summarising it, he has had all kinds of blood tests and he's spoken to the on-call doctor and he's waiting to speak to a gastroenterologist. He definitely is having a flare-up of ulcerative colitis, so we know that. And it was probably caused by an infection. Caused by or is in parallel with some kind of infection. That's what his blood seemed to be saying. So that's what's happened. So they basically rehydrated him. He's been on fluids and he's had some IV antibiotics and IV steroids as well. So he's going to come home with tons of medication. He's going to be rattling. And we've been here before, so you know, it's fine. But he said he feels so much better. He's tired, but he feels great. So whatever it is they've given him, he's feeling really well. But he still doesn't have a lot of information about what it is. They have said earlier that they would like to keep him in. He's hoping they won't. I think if they've made that decision, he probably will be in. And as it's the weekend, he's probably looking at staying in over the weekend. Because in my experience anyway, they never do much in terms of releasing people at the weekend, so we'll see. But we're just trying to wait and hear. So at the moment it's 5 past 5. I have to drop, usually I'd have to drop Lilia to where she helps out as a volunteer with the brownies, but she doesn't feel like it tonight, which is quite fortunate because that means we don't have to bring that into the equation, as well as possibly going to get Dan to bring him home, or possibly going to the hospital to take him the things he needs, and also cooking dinner and getting everyone sorted. So hopefully I've explained that without rambling too much. So I don't really know what's happening, basically. I'm just waiting to hear from Dan, who is bored and keeps saying that he really fancies a kebab. I was like, I'm not sure that's a good idea, but I did promise him whenever he's home and feeling a bit better, he can have a kebab. I don't like kebabs. I never understand his liking of kebabs. Anyway, it's Friday night and it's pizza night. And whether Dan's home or not, we've decided we're going to watch one of the coziest seasonal, for this time of year, films of all time, in our humble opinions, and that is Practical Magic. I love it, Lilia loves it, Phoebe is almost 12 but has never seen it. I think it is a 12, or maybe it's a PG, I can't remember, but I think, knowing Phoebe, she will love it. There's nothing in there that's going to frighten her. The only thing I am worried about is it might be a bit too slow for her, because she's you know, that little bit younger. I think possibly films are a little bit faster moving now, but hopefully we can bring her round. Let's see what she thinks of it. Right. Oh, one more thing. The book that I started last night, The Memory Police, the one that my mum gave me and said she thought I would enjoy, by Yoko Ogawa, is, and I've only read the first 16 pages, amazing. I am loving this so far. The style of writing, the story, the idea of it, the way it's just like hit the ground running with the story is absolutely brilliant. I can tell I'm going to love this book so far. 16 pages in, so let's see where we are this time next week, see how far I get. I tend to read at nights, and so I'm not a very fast reader because I tend to fall asleep really quickly. It is 10:30. I'm sitting having my glass of wine and very much enjoying it. The girls are in bed and I am practicing my spinning, and surprise, Dan is home.
I'm home.
How are you? Everyone will want to know, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling shattered, but I'm glad I went to the hospital. It was the right thing to do.
You're feeling a lot better, you
I'm
say?
feeling a lot better, yeah, but very, very tired. They've given me some new medications and I've got to go back on Monday to see the gastro consultant. But on the whole, better, on the road to recovery, but glad to be home. NHS is awesome. And I made a point of saying that to all the doctors and nurses that I interacted with today, that I thought they were all brilliant, because they've had a really rough last couple of 3 years. So if you are a viewer and you work for the NHS, you are brilliant. Thank you.
We're very lucky to have the
lucky.
NHS. We both got our money's worth out of the NHS over the years, and they were fantastic with Dan today. He walked in and he was straight into blood tests, and he was there from 8:30 till, well, we picked you up at 7.
Yeah, and the best part of today was not only was it high quality healthcare, it was free.
Yeah, it's always free.
Well, I know, but there are lots of countries out there that don't have a free health
that's
service.
true. That is true. Yeah.
You know,
I
and
thought
it's
you
high
meant
quality.
usually we had to pay for stuff.
Well, only if we park there. But you know, it was high quality healthcare with best medication available, and it was entirely free because of the NHS and how it's managed in the UK. And I just think that's amazing.
Yeah, and the staff are amazing that work there. Yeah. So Dan is home for the weekend. So we're going to see how it goes in terms of how you're feeling over the weekend, and take each day as it comes.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
We're watching Bake Off.
Bye.
And spinning. See you tomorrow. I'm blurry and you're in focus.
That's because the camera loves me.
So you're a lure.
Face, it's glowing from the steroids. Bye.